Hey, my name is Taylor. I do music and audio for a living, and this is Peter John. He's super amazing, and he just did this super cool project with a ballet company in town. We're gonna talk about it, and it's gonna be awesome. Here we go.
Yeah, do it.
Here, I don't want to con you. We're not gonna con anybody in this.
No, you're not a con card.
Because we're not that shellfish.
Hold on. I can do it. I'm Peter John, but I make music under the name Spearfisher. So
Awesome. What kind of music do you make?
pretty wild stuff. It's all over the place. I'm doing electronics mixed with classical instruments. So Cicely, she's the cellist. We work together a lot. So I'm doing a lot of stuff with cello, electronics, also working with choir and synthesizers or all kinds of stuff. All kinds of weird little gadgets and gizmos aplenty over here. So, this is a Roland Juno. Classic. You know, so it's like this classic, 80s kind of. This is Novation Bass Station.
Tape player?
Yes. It's sampling, do little loops on it. And this one, someone circuit bent, so it's got a speed control right here. So nice. It's a little, it's really fun. But I've gotten some really cool sounds out of that.
Ableton, how does that work in your creative process?
It's, totally at the center. The workflow with push and using this thing is just incredible. I would not be into studio music like I am if it wasn't for Ableton. It feels like an instrument. So yeah, for synthesizers, I use Serum a lot. I love Serum. It's great. I use Contact. I have Complete. Ozone for mastering and that kind of stuff. Mm. So
the normal stuff. Then you have 88 key piano because you're a piano whiz.
Yep.
So you are a doctor then?
True facts.
Doctor of piano.
Yep. So yeah, I'm originally a classical pianist. So I did my doctorate at the University of Minnesota, did my master's in Cleveland at the Cleveland Institute of Music, and my undergraduate at Ball State University. But it's an Oberheim expander. This thing is gorgeous sound-wise. Yeah, so the Atom A7X sound great. I really like them. A DT990. These are the cheaper ones, so I would always practice singing. The dancers were amazing. They were just beautiful to watch. This girl, Laurie, who was the main dancer that I was working with, amazing to watch people move who express themselves with their bodies and their movements. And I had never been close with dancers, except for when I was a kid, I saw Swan Lake and I was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And it's always been a dream to kind of merge these different art forms. So that was it was really a dream come true to see dancers expressing themselves on top of this, my music and making it themselves too and making it their own. Because it wasn't just a set piece of music. They were actually triggering musical events that I just arranged into sets. It was with James Sewell Ballet, so it's reimagining ballet dancers and sometimes putting them on point and sometimes not, and giving them modern works to work through, but it's a ballet company in town. And we did a project where I took Kinect, hooked it up to the Microsoft Xbox, you can play games in the air kind of thing. Hooked it up to Ableton and had it triggering MIDI. So the ballet dancers were live triggering MIDI clips and controlling effects parameters while they were dancing. So we did the live performance and it went really well and it was really cool.
What inspired that idea to integrate the Kinect?
That was all James. He called me and I called him originally and was saying, let's do something. And then he started saying, I really want to explore the connection between movement and music and turn how to get expressive rhythms in our bodies expressed as actual music. So what are some ways to do that? And I was like, well, you know, you can hook up things like Connect, you can do, you know, live MIDI triggers, you can do this and that. And he goes, oh, it's Connect, but how do you do that? And I goes, oh, you know what, I could figure it out, I'm sure. So let's, he goes, well, let's do a project in April. So I was like, okay. And then hung up the phone. I realized I had no idea how to do any of it. And so I was like, okay. So I got a Connect off of Craigslist for like $30 or something, and got to work. I was basically making drum racks. So I made probably 10 different sets that 5 of them immediately got deleted because we tried them with the dancers and they just didn't work, or things weren't happening, or the sounds were wrong. And then I eventually brought it into this set of kind of atmospheric sounds that were live triggered, and another set of like vocal glitches that was from a recording session I did with Jocelyn Hagen, and then grouping it all into different key areas and playing with how it sounds, playing different combinations of these things in drum racks, and then improvising on top of that. Cool. Cool, and I'll send you guys a track and stuff so then you can. So I was like improvising based on what they were doing. These pads are all changing sounds in real time as the set goes through. Yeah, and then in the end I had us playing with kind of a backing track because there was ended up being too many pieces. That was Leap Motion, and that was almost seamless. But that I had a crazy effects rack that I made, distortion on one side, reverb on another, and then the tilting of the wrist would actually control the pitch of what was being played. So it was like a pitch drop with a turn. So it was some really cool stuff. That also felt like I was just scratching the surface.
Anything like musically that you discovered in the project that you continue using?
So I learned how to work with a smaller set of sounds and turn those into musical bits rather than just working with, say, a percussion hit or something like that in a drum rack. The biggest thing I learned was technical about how to make OSC messages come out as MIDI and properly trigger what I want. There was a lot of automation lines going where one sound is fading into another over time, and then those things are happening seamlessly as this track underneath it keeps going, so it feels seamless, even though their dancers would start triggering different sounds or I would start doing different things on the piano. So.
For me, especially when I'm writing for commercial stuff, I like to limit myself because I find that I can be more creative once I set some boundaries.
Yeah.
Because you just get bogged down in sample packs and
I know
presets.
And when we first started this, I had like a million things going on, and everyone was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, But they were like controlling X, Y at the same time while controlling this and that, and then I had to just really strip it down, and then after that I layered on complexity. But you're right, when you're too free to do anything, you have trouble making choices that lead you to a goal,
So you always seem to be like on the cutting edge of like doing some crazy cool creative stuff. Any other thing coming down the pipeline besides beta testing this plugin and this cool dance thing we're talking about?
Cicely and I are working on some new stuff, so we're doing a project called Duo Future, or Duo Future without the E, so Duo Future. We're releasing music that is live performed with cello and Ableton and laptop. We just did a track where we were in Sitka, Alaska, doing a lot of sampling, live sampling, and then video. So, go check it out on YouTube. It's in the description.
you have a track that you use that in?
I do. I'm releasing my album soon, I promise.
Cool.
So it'll be out next month, swear to God. Now I have to.
Now you have
next
to.
month. It's out next month. Coming at you.
Next month.
Spearfisher, and it's called Thin Space.
Thin Space.
It's based around the world of my brother's book, which is a sci-fi novel that's going to be coming out in about a year or so. About this kid growing up in this crazy future world with chips and brains and... It's a place that is really cool, this mixing different types of media between dancers and musicians, and it's a super exciting place. I feel like that's something that everyone could explore, because when you start something from a seed of improvisation, it always ends up being more genuine and I think interesting. So there'd be my little spiel. I'd also love to see where this stuff goes with VR. I mean, the next stage is, virtual reality worlds and sounds, or seeing how audiences can interact with this stuff. I feel like I just scratched the surface. I would love to see people develop tools that make it easier for someone who doesn't program to get stuff from, OSC or this crazy data that you're generating that doesn't go into MIDI very well. And I'd love to see programs that do that better. So if there's any programmers watching.
Well, thanks, Peter. This was super awesome.
Hey, thank you.
No, thank you. Check out Peter at Spearfisher Music.
Yeah, .com.
Awesome.
And YouTube and Facebook and Instagrams and...
Yeah, I'll link all his cool stuff below. He's doing a bunch of really sweet stuff, so I'll try to keep you updated a little as well. Thanks again. Keep making cool stuff.
Sweet, thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
Let's make it official.
Oh, yeah.
Should I record this next one?
Which one?